before empires had crowns, before armies marched under banners, before kings ruled by divine right, there was a problem. How do you measure value in a world just learning how to trade? In ancient Mesopotamia between the Tigris and Euphrates, civilization was being invented in real time. Cities were growing, farmers produced surplus, temples controlled land, merchants traveled farther than ever before. But barter was failing. A sack of grain was not equal to a goat. A goat was not equal to a tool. And trust alone could not hold an economy together. So Mesopotamia did something revolutionary. They didn't invent money, they invented measurement. The shekel was born not as a coin but as a unit of weight, a precise amount of silver. Not stamped, not decorated, measured. And with that single idea, everything changed. For the first time in history, value became abstract. Debt could exist without physical goods. Wages could be calculated. Taxes could be enforced. The shekel didn't just buy things. It organized society. Workers were paid in shekels of silver. Soldiers were compensated the same way. Temples stored silver as power reserves. Kings issued laws defining exact shekel values for crimes, labor, and trade. Justice itself was priced. Break a bone? Pay silver. Damage property? Pay silver. Kill a man? Pay silver. Or more, the shekel turned morality into mathematics, and it worked. Mesopotamian cities exploded in complexity. Trade routes expanded. Contracts were written in clay. Debt tablets stacked up in archives. Civilization had found its operating system. But here's the danger. Once everything is priced, everything can be exploited. Elites controlled silver reserves. Temples became banks. Loans multiplied. And when farmers couldn't repay their debts, they didn't lose money, they lost freedom. Debt slavery became common. Families sold children to survive. Land concentrated into fewer hands. Wealth stopped circulating. The same system that built order began to hollow it out. Silver shortages triggered instability. Trade slowed. Trust collapsed. Kings were forced to intervene, not by reforming the system, but by resetting it. Debt cancellations were declared, records were wiped clean, slaves were freed. Not out of kindness, out of survival. Because when money stopped working for the people stopped supporting the state. Mesopotamian rulers learned a brutal lesson centuries before Rome ever existed. Empires don't fall when enemies arrive at the gates. They fall when their economic foundations crack from within. The shekel, this humble unit of silver, built the world's first complex civilization and revealed its greatest weakness. Money is never neutral. It shapes behavior. It concentrates power. It decides who rises and who collapses. And Mesopotamia was just the beginning. Because the same force that ruled the ancient world still rules ours today.